To most, Kevin Durant is the most mysterious athlete in the world today. However, everybody believes they have him all figured out correctly. Sometime in the distant past, Kevin Durant was set up to be everyone's hero, and LeBron James was everyone's scoundrel. After LeBron James took his gifts to South Beach to frame the Big Three of the Miami Heat, NBA fans overall looked to Kevin Durant with the expectation that he'd be the one to deliver and bring down LeBron and the stacked Miami group in the finals. However, circumstances are very different between the two stars. Rewind back to 2016. Subsequent to letting a 3-1 Western Conference Finals lead fall through his fingertips, Kevin Durant chose to leave OKC in the offseason to join the very group that crushed him. Fans outside of Golden State Nation immediately became disappointed and angry that KD made a supergroup of his own, a similar move they once loathed LeBron James for. Quickly, Durant was named the anti-hero. The disdain developed constantly and it keeps on developing today. Presently, KD is a creep. Despite the fact that Kevin Durant has accepted that job, it couldn't possibly be more off base. Indeed, Kevin Durant joined the best team, however, we should not pass judgment on his character dependent on a free agency choice. Things being what they are, who was Kevin Durant at that point? Shouldn't something be said about his basketball history, appealing upbringing, and amazing life many don't know about? Kevin Durant had it made in Golden State. The Warriors won the NBA title in his first season with the organization, and afterward repeated his performance the following year. For the second year in a row, Durant was named Finals MVP, confirming his place among the game's unsurpassed greats. However, in the wake of enduring a torn Achilles at the end of the playoff run during his third season with the team, KD chose to leave as a free agent. His interest was mainly in the New York area, was one of the most awfully kept secrets in sports. He eventually agreed to a 4-year, $164 million contract with the Brooklyn Nets, with a player option on the last season. Durant missed the entire 2019-20 season as he recovered from his injuries, yet his leave actually stung the Warriors at that time. Golden State the next season without Durant was followed by chaos, as the absence of Klay Thompson to injury and the disturbing absence of profundity have just underscored the group's issues without KD. Dirty little secret number 1. Durant never felt like he was one of the guys in Golden State. Durant offered his first in-person clarification for why he chose to leave the Warriors at Nets Media Day in September 2020. As well as expressing that he wanted to play with Kyrie Irving and was interested in the Nets' young talented core, Durant likewise expounded on why he left Golden State. "I had a feeling that it was the ideal opportunity for a change. I needed to play for another team. Basically, I just did it. I didn't actually consider what I was giving up or what we achieved. I'll think about it on another date and time. At the point when the time had come to settle on a choice on my future, I just considered me." Durant said he settled on the choice to join the Nets during a discussion with Irving and DeAndre Jordan at 4:15 a.m. "We just say, are we prepared to do it?" Everyone on the call said, "Definitely." Durant in the WSJ. "As time went on, I began to acknowledge I'm not quite the same as the remainder of the team." Durant opened up in an exclusive meeting with the WSJ in September on an assortment of points, including his exit from Golden State. Here is Durant's answer when asked to clarify for what valid reason he left the Warriors. "I came in there needing to be essential for a gathering, needing to be important for a family, and certainly felt acknowledged," Durant told the WSJ's J.R. Moehringer. "Yet, I'll never be one of those guys. I didn't get drafted there. Steph Curry was drafted there. Andre Iguodala helped them to win their first NBA championship in over 30 years, their second title. Klay Thompson was drafted there. Draymond Green was drafted there. Furthermore, the remainder of the folks sort of restored their career there. So me? How are you going to rehabilitate me? What are you going to teach me? How might you modify anything in my basketball life? I was already an MVP. I got scoring titles. As time went on, I began to acknowledge I'm only not quite the same as the remainder of the team. It's not awful. Simply my conditions and how I came up in my draft class. Furthermore, the media consistently saw it like KD and the Warriors. So it resembles no one could give a full acceptance of me there." Durant likewise referred to basketball purposes behind his choice to leave the Warriors. "The motion offense we run in Golden State, it just works in a limited way," he says. "We can thoroughly depend on just our framework for possibly the initial 2 rounds. At that point following the first 2 rounds, we must blend in the motion offense with one-on-one play. We must play much better against those teams since they're more brilliant in that round. The conference finals are very, very competitive. So now I needed to jump into my bag of tricks, to make stuff up on the court, off the dribble moves, isolations, pick and rolls. I would have to force the offense a lot more than usual. He needed to go somewhere where he'd be allowed to sharpen his improvisational game all through the entire season. Dirty little secret number 2. KD conceded the on-court shouting match with Draymond Green played a part in him leaving Golden State. The initial public argument in Durant's relationship with the Warriors started to unravel during a game against the Clippers in November 2018. The Warriors had marked a great resurgence to tie with the Clippers toward the end of a key game. Durant shot a quick three that missed as time ticked away trying to go for a 2-for-1. After the Clippers missed on the opposite end, Green corralled the rebound and dashed up the court and Durant called for the ball. Green stumbled and the Warriors finished without a shot. As the team went to the bench, Durant and Green were seen hollering at one another on the seat. Green supposedly said, "B," and mentioned Durant on his approaching free agent status. At that point, the media asked, is the Kevin Durant-Draymond Green yelling match a serious deal? Durant, at last, responded to this inquiry on ESPN when squeezed by Stephen A. Smith. "A smidgen, better believe it, without a doubt," Durant said. "On the off chance that your colleague conversed with you that way, you consider it a piece. As I said, we discussed it, yet certainly, without a doubt, I'm not going to lie about it." Durant proceeded. "I just felt like I required a switch. I felt like a ton of stuff in Golden State had raised its head. I felt like that would have been the end regardless, particularly for that team. Sean Livingston was going to retire at the season's end, Andre's status was up in the air, our contracts were going to end placing a new core on the team. It was the ideal opportunity for us to separate." Dirty little secret number 3. Golden State did not pressure Kevin Durant to return and play in the finals. Durant and his trainer targeted Game 5 to make his return. He trained every day with Rick Celebrini, the team's trainer. "No one at any point said a word to me during recovery as I was returning. It was just me and Director of Sports Medication and Performance, Rick Celebrini, working out each day. Right when the series began, I focused on Game 5. For hell's sake, nah. It simply occurred. It's basketball. Bad things happen from time to time. No one was responsible for it. It was only the game. We simply need to proceed forward from this, on the grounds that I will be back playing." Durant wanted to play, period. No one had to make him want to play, KD is already very competitive. He wanted to play desperately. The anticipation for Kevin Durant's return to NBA basketball was at a high point at the start of the 2020-21 season. Debuting on December 22, 2020. Durant made his Nets debut, scoring 22 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, and 3 steals, in a 125-99 win over the Warriors. Durant looked smooth as he hit his first 3 shots. A three-pointer at the top of the key, a jump shot on the baseline over 2 defenders, and one play with a mid-range jumper. Even with all of the criticism and naysayers, Durant is back in full form. KD is the favorite to win the Comeback Player of the Year. His Brooklyn Nets are currently one of the contenders to win the NBA championship with the addition of James Harden and Blake Griffin on the roster. Some of the little-known facts about Kevin Durant you may not know are: he wore the number 35 in honor of his mentor Charles Craig, who died at the young age of 35. Another little-known fact about KD you may not know is, his favorite team growing up was the Toronto Raptors because his favorite player Vince Carter played for the team at the time. If he didn't make it with basketball, his plan was to be a meteorologist. The fact of the matter is Kevin Durant is perhaps the most misconstrued basketball wizard in NBA history, and it's no time like the present for you to know who he truly is. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Benjamin Franklin. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like, and comment down below. Also share this video. Until next time, this is Bizarre Sports.